The weirdness of Tubi movies. Do any of y'all use Tubi? I've used Tubi twice ever to watch a movie, and both times there's like every like 20 minutes there's like 5 minutes of ads. Like 5 minutes. It's just like watching a movie on cable is really what Tubi is.
I'm just a kid.
Movies. A magnificent visual art form that can show the riveting story of one's life or journey. They can display the harshness of someone's struggles and the beauty of someone's rise, conveying emotions that whenever I see them on screen, I can't help but feel the same way the character is feeling on screen. Not only that, they can introduce you to a new world that is entirely detached from our reality that I'm almost always engulfed in. I think that's a beautiful wonder about movies. They can spark out emotions from me that I just can't get from any other media. But what kind of deep emotions does movies like this spark for me? Of course, just like with everything else in existence, there's a not so good counterpart to movies. And these counterparts could be found way easier nowadays since most blockbusters nowadays aren't really that good anymore. Like, y'all making so many superhero movies nowadays. When are you guys gonna make the black...
It's so annoying. I hate it. I hate it. I'm so happy the Marvel trend is starting to go downhill. Anybody remember like 8 months ago when like 5 Marvel movies were coming out every month? And I'm sitting there like, Jesus Christ. Like there's a whole nother universe going on that I don't even know about. Unless I go watch this god 3-hour movie that's probably gonna suck. Right? Because they're getting worse. It's just a cop-out. Like superhero movies are so easy to churn money and get attention because it's like, all you have to do is add cool fights, some semi-sappy story, a crazy villain, and then, like, 2 jokes. And then it's a fucking movie.
Bomber superhero movie. I need that. I would see that in theaters 3 times in a row. Yeah,
Deadpool was good as fuck. The second one was not as good. The second Venom was... The Venom one was amazing. Venom 2 was mid. Deadpool 1 was amazing. Deadpool 2 was mid. Thor Ragnarok was amazing. Thor Love and Thunder was mid. Eternals was ass. Shazam 1 was good. Shazam 2 was dog shit fucking terrible. They're just getting worse. They're all getting worse. And like they're never living up to it. There's only like a few movies that live up to like the hype of like the second movie or like the trilogy or something. And it's like so rare that happens. But they still just churn them out and people still watch them.
Show my boy no respect. And yet y'all gonna produce the 18th billionth Fast and Furious movie. Ain't nobody wanna see that? And streaming services be producing half the slop we be consuming nowadays. You can find many of them on Netflix. There's a ton of banger movies on there. But after seeing it on TikTok from time and time again,
Netflix is actually like purgatory. That's the best way I can describe Netflix. Just the land of nothing. Like scrolling on dude, you will spend 3 hours scrolling on Netflix to find one movie that you'll watch, and at the end of that movie, you'll be like, damn, bro, I wish I didn't watch that. like that was shit. Like, and dude, they'll hide. I swear to God, there's 100 movies on Netflix. There's 100 movies on Netflix with 30 different categories. They have psychological horror, thriller horror, scary, thrasher. I'm like, they're all that's the same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing. And it's the same 10 movies on the fucking same 4 different categories. I'm like, you're just fucking lying to me.
Seems like there's a streaming service that is a gold mine for not only B movies, but low quality looking, $50 budget, filmed on a Motorola looking ass movies. Tubi. And when finding this out, my curiosity got the best of me. I needed to see this. And when I checked it out, I was not only amazed, but I was perplexed on how amazing these movies are. Some of these movies will make Martin Scorsese reconsider.
Yo, I will say though, I like watching really shitty movies. I hate watching movies that are just shitty, but I like movies that are so shitty that they're entertaining. Barbarian is one of those, right? I always use that as the example. Naked incest monster with saggy boobs. That's all you gotta, like that. If you told me that, I'd be like, that's fucking hilarious. Let's watch that, right? Because it's not gonna be, That's the monster in Barbarian, by the way. It starts out great. The first 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, holy fuck, this is going to be the best movie ever. It's like two people that overbooked an Airbnb, and you're like, oh, some shit's going to happen. It's going to be a scary house. They go into the bottom. It's just some naked incest monster. Like, literally, just like an 8-foot woman with boobs hanging down to her knees that's, like, obsessed with being a mother. And there's, like, a 10-minute scene where the guy is just, like, forced to, like, suck on her nipples. And it's, like, the most uncomfortable scene ever. But it's so bad that it's good.
Couch. You the only one with a key.
What are you talking about?
Tiffany the dog.
Boy, I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't been there in a week.
Where the fuck did she go?
Tubi, if you ain't know, is a streaming service like the others, but unlike them, out of their original catalog, they have great works of arts like Bad Cat, Mary Finger Kill, and Shark Side of the Moon.
Mary Finger Kill.
You know, absolute classics that everybody knows. But outside the originals they produce, Tubi also has a big catalog of B movies. Not the jazz one, but low budget and indie movies. It has a whole bunch of films made by everyday people like you and me, since anybody can make a movie nowadays. If you got a camera, you can make a movie. The thing is, a lot of these films don't look the best, or sound the best, or even make sense half the time, but that's okay.
Are they trying to say he's blind driving a car with a walking stick?
These people made and created a movie that they're so proud of that they released it to the public for all of us to watch. There's no better accomplishment than that. I'll be talking about one movie today, and that movie is titled Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. And today, I'll be going through and over these movies.
Yo, y'all ever watch an episode of a soap opera? That just reminded me of soap operas, that fucking picture. Sit down. Your grandma probably watches soap operas, or your mom. Watch an episode of a soap opera. It is the most confusing thing you will ever see. Somebody will die, and then the same episode, they didn't die. It was like a brother that is identical that no one knew about. And they were, like, trying to connect. And while they were trying to connect, they ended up accidentally killing him. And they didn't actually kill the person they wanted to kill. Or they shot the person and buried them, but they actually weren't dead because they had, like, a plate on their chest and their back. And then they play, like, dun, 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 when they walk into the room.
Tubi has to offer. By the way, this ain't sponsored by Tubi. They ain't paying me jack to do this. But if a Tubi exec is watching this, my pockets are open. Just like how my pockets are open for today's sponsor, War Thunder. Ow! All right, let's get this started. I gotta go to my BBL appointment later. So the movie I'll be talking about is Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. Now, I'm not sure this movie is trying to be a sequel or a remake to the 2000 movie with the same title starring the original War Machine, but honestly, my research ended there. I ain't watching both movies. The movie starts off with the beautifully done studio logos and title card with some MF Doom song playing in the background. I don't know, I've only heard them from TikTok. And right at the start, we get introduced to our two main characters doing it. Okay, why start off a movie with a sex scene? Why? You instantly make it awkward when I'm with my
No lie. I would say that's the most awkward thing ever. When you're watching a movie with your family, your mom or your grandparents, and you think it's like even a movie you've seen before, right? And you're like, let's watch this. Oh, that's even worse, right? Watching a movie with your family that has a sex scene is brutal. Recommending a movie that you really liked, forgetting that there's a sex scene, and then the sex scene shows up, and you're just like, because, like, yo, it might be like 2 minutes. Like, what's a movie that has a sex scene that, like, you forget always? Deadpool. Like, like sitting there like, God damn, dude, can this get over with? Fuck.
Anyways, our two characters, Renee and Antonio, are happily married. They got a kid and they're doing fine, I guess. Then we cut to Antonio's job at his office and he already acting like a demon.
Oh, no.
His boss then enters and introduces him to the new hire, Rhonda. And you can already see mad romantical tension between them. You can cut it with a sword or tortilla. It was that obvious. Next scene, we are at a school with Renee dropping off her son to and in his classroom. There she meets her son's new teacher, and the dude is buff. stiff like a Samoan. By the end of their convo, you can see even more romantical tension in the air. We seen so much lustful tension with these two, and it was never with each other. She then leaves because she ain't trying to act up, you know? Next, we're at a studio, hearing one of the best songs ever recorded.
Sitting in my crib, trying to get blown. Niggas need to understand my shit just flows. Like the breeze off the fucking lake. I got this dope shit uncut, make your ass lose.
So this dude is Renee's brother, and apparently this is Antonio's studio. And they're all a part of this music group. I forgot what it's called. And Antonio invited some fine singers to help him record a song. Renee's brother and Antonio start hollering at these girls, and all of a sudden, this dude becomes a comedian.
No, he didn't call himself T-Slick. For real? This candy man looking goofy.
Yeah, say my name 3 times, motherfucking watch for that.
Yeah, how dare you sabotage me in front of these ladies when your sister is literally my wife? But they kiss and make up at the end, so it's all cool.
Yo, I hate motherfuckers that try to make fun of somebody while they're there, and they're just like, like this goofy ass motherfucker. When people do that, bro, I'm like cracking jokes at somebody is different, but like acting like they're not there while you're doing it is just, you're annoying, right? Like, I'll make fun of my friends while they're there, but I'll do it to their face. Or I'll say it to my friend and then look at my other friend, right, that I'm joking about, right? Like, that's respectful, right? I'm still making fun of him. He makes fun of me. But I'm not sitting there like, look at this fucking jerk off. What the fuck? Fucking John, what the fuck does he think he's doing?
Then we teleport to this long salon scene where Renee works out, and all the girls there are roasting each other, talking about their kids and that new teacher Renee met today. Alright, not gonna lie, first third of this movie is kinda slow. There's a lot of small talk, like Antonio telling Ray about the new hire, and one of Ray's grown-ass friends trying to flirt with a kid in the chicken shop.
Hey, got an ID? You can go home with me, boo.
It ain't until we back at Antonio's office and Rhonda call him for some assistance. Antonio heads over to her office, and then his boss is looking for him because he just got nominated for an award for best attorney in the district. The boss and secretary go to Rhonda's office to tell Antonio the good news, only to walk in on him giving Rhonda back shot.
Are you freaking kidding me?
They fired on the spot, and Rhonda's laughing like she an anime villain. I don't know what the hell that's about. We then cut to Renee bro showing up to their house, and he trying to tell her the bad news about her husband, Antonio. I have no idea how he knows, but like, just deal with it. But then he does one of those long build-up explanations. Instead of just saying what the husband did, just say he cheated.
Your husband ain't the man you think he is.
Then Antonio walks in last second, right before an actual explanation, of course. I hate when characters do that in movies. Just spit it out. Spit it out already. Then we cut to Renee visiting Antonio's old job because she just wanted to see her husband, being a working and strong man. Only to find out this man hasn't been working there for 2 weeks. She obviously mad, but then the boss tells her the real reason why he got fired. Then she gets even more mad.
What? You Miss Chambers. Renee, you. Everybody that work up in here, don't know the
Dude, it's just like a school movie vibe.
Renee.
We then cut to Antonio making music with that singer he met earlier. Then they start I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. My guy really said,
Damn, how many sex scenes are gonna be in the fucking movie? There are already 3 in.
Already cheated once. I might as well do it again. Then Renee finally confronts him about his cheating, his job, and she is tired of his dishonesty.
You need to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down.
This man just starts going Chris Brown on her and starts chasing her with a gun like he John Wick in the most intense chase scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Bro, he has a gun. Can he just shoot her? Like right there, he could just mink.
She falls and he brings her back home and threatens her, saying, "You better not leave me or I'm gonna go crazy." And he's also a crackhead now, I guess. Next scene, her brother show up and sees her face. super worried, he asked, who did this? And she's like, Antonio, but we're not together no more, so there's nothing to worry about. But he wasn't having it, and he was gonna deal with it on his own. Bro waits for Antonio to pull up out of his car to drive by his ass.
Hey, Antonio, you been beating on my sister? Yeah, that's my wife. That's your business. It's my business. Don't take that Get the fuck off my sister.
And in Antonio's dying breath, he licks his lips and then dies again. Can't be seen having chapped lips around the hose. Then we cut to his funeral, which is mad empty. Not even his son showed up. Nobody liked this nigga, I guess. And Renee crying like he ain't just beat her ass 5 minutes ago.
What did I do?
Renee then goes to see Antonio's mother. When after seeing Renee's scars, she said she always feared this would happen to her. Turns out Tony's father was also a cheater and a beater. And Antonio got his bad habits from his daddy. She begs for Renee to leave Antonio, but Renee says she can't leave him because he threatened her. But he was just at his funeral. He dead now. What are you gonna do? Slap you from the grave? Like, that's just ridiculous. Tony's mom then recommends her to at least leave the house while he's still there. And then she proceeds to think about her son's teacher that she spoke to for like 30 seconds. I didn't know you guys had that kind of relationship already. Anyways, we go to the next scene at night to the singer girl appearing to be catcalled by some random homeless dude. Only for him to be Antonio? I thought this—
What? What? How is he alive?
Man was dead. What the hell he doing back? First time I saw this scene, I thought it was a flashback or something. But nah, he's alive. He's alive. So what was that funeral about? Some Mr. Robot dream sequence or some shit? How is he not dead? I mean, from what I found out later on in the movie, he ain't from Wizards of Waverly Place. So how he came back to life? In the movie, never explains this. He's just alive again and homeless now. My personal theory is that he has the same powers of Kenny from South Park, but that's just me.
He has the same powers as Kenny. Oh my god. Bro, why the fuck would they make a whole movie with such a big flaw? Probably just because it's just more entertaining. Like, it just doesn't. They had one or two options. Okay, the husband's a wife beater and a cheater. Do we want him to die or be homeless? Why not both?
Anyways, he confronts the girl about her not answering his calls, but she ain't having it with his drug problems because he's a junkie now, I guess. He gets mad and is about to smack her, but then she pulls out the blicky on him.
No way he dies again. No way he dies again.
He slowly backs away from her and then notices someone he knows in the alleyway.
I know you.
It's his dealer, and he begging for more compound V, but he got no money. So he offers to do whatever she wants. They walk away together, and we transition to a montage of Renee becoming a stronger woman who don't need no man. We then cut to her packing her bags to move out, and while packing, Renee's friend frantically comes in the room.
Renee, Capone called. We need to go get Antonio now. Get him for what? Like I said, we need to go get Antonio.
And she does one of
Bro, and they just act like he didn't die?
those things where she don't explain why she has to do it. She just says, there's no time. Like, nah, you gotta explain why I need to save my abusive husband, because I will never be in the mood for that. Renee eventually agrees to go, and as they looking around for him, they pull up to a trap house, and then her friend like, nah, let's just get out of here and call the police. This place ain't safe. But Renee's like, nah, he my husband. Nigga, you leaving him. Both of them go inside and Renee's friend starts tripping for good reason, saying again, this ain't safe because there's literal junkies walking around, and why are we doing all this for him? Him! Then Renee says,
Look, I just need to know. I just need to know what he's been up to.
no what?
To know what he's been up to. He beat you and threatened to kill you. And also died.
He had a crack house. That's an obvious sign to know what he's been up to. Renee's friend is spitting wisdom.
Go chit chat with him like you're fucking getting coffee. You're at a fucking crack house.
While Renee herself is spitting dumbassery. Anyways, they find Tony and he acting like his usual self ever since he died.
Antonio! Damn!
Who the fuck coming in my crib?
He start begging her to come back and Renee just staring at him for a little bit and she just says, let's get out of here. She's seen everything she needed to see. Then why the hell y'all here? What the hell you expect it to look like? To him to be the kingpin of the house? They leave, and then he chases them, and then we transition to a murder scene, and it turns out Tony's drug dealer died of an overdose, and they suspect her boyfriend of doing it. Now, they haven't even identified her body yet, so I don't know how they know she has a boyfriend. One of the cops walks outside because he keeps complaining about the stink of the body.
Damn! Please get that dead body out of here.
He then sees a group of young African-American men.
Bro, they have so many actors in this movie. Like, how much do you think they're getting paid? If this is on Tubi, are they, like, is Tubi buying this movie? Or are they getting paid from the ad revenue for people that watch it?
Hanging out, minding their own business, and then the woman cop sees this and is like,
"Man, I bet you $20 that's who sold the drugs to Tasha."
Yeah.
You know what? Hold it right there.
y'all just saw these random dudes and automatically
they're not allowed to arrest them.
assume they did it. You didn't even question them or yourself. You just went after them without no evidence. Like, damn, this movie's more realistic than I. She going to church, so if he coming, he can come. He says, yes, I'll go anywhere with you, and enters the car with her, which I don't know how she comfortable with this man being in her car after he literally just tried to knock her out like he was Tyson. They enter the car together, and that's it. That's the end of the movie. That's it. Yep. But it has one of those, though I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful as today, and then so that automatically makes this one of the best movies I've ever watched. Now, what are my thoughts on this movie? I thought it was pretty gosh darn entertaining. Sure, it had its mishaps like having a slow first 20 minutes, but overall, I freaking loved it. And I'm never gonna judge the acting of these types of movies. I think that just comes with the Tubi package. But the writing in these movies always takes a turn in a direction that I'll never predict by the time I'm at the end of the movie. Like, who the hell this guy robbed? But
Capone, wait, what did that say? Capone was arrested on 4 counts of armed robbery and illegal possession of a firearm with the intent to kill.
This guy robbed. But I love movies like this. They're fun to watch, and I bet the people who are making it had fun making it too. Now, I'm not gonna fuck around and say this movie's amazing or anything, up there with the likes of Citizen Kane and Date Movie. But if you're looking for something stupid, fun, and entertaining to watch, I recommend this. Because I think this movie encapsulates what Tubi movies are about. Ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've been gone for...
Yo, alright, yo, that was W video.